Welcome back to the Oi Rio Pro. We are in round number 3 of men's division. We've got an absolute cracker of a heat ahead of us. Italo Ferreira, the Jeep ratings leader, up against Yago Dora, also from Brazil. Brad Bricknell here with former big wave world champion Peter Mel to call the action. And looks like it's going to be Yago Dora straight into it. Late drop. Just a little swan dive section there, and also a small score from Italo Ferreira to kick things off.
It's something that we want to see, and I think that these guys have taken notice from what today is, and so I expect them to go above the lip.
Well, I cannot wait to see it. Somebody that did go. Hang on, we're just going to have a look at this as we look at live action. This is Yago Dora. He's winding up for something here, Pete. Goes for the big rotation. Unfortunately, he doesn't stick the landing, just to get a bit of a bog on that tail rail. As that wave does not go complete for Yago Dora.
Venues that we have, specifically Fiji. I mean, Gold Coast, you'd think he'd be able to transition pretty well, but probably hadn't surfed a lot of Margaret River. I don't know how much experience he had at Bells.
Big set wave here. We see live pictures. Italo Ferreira, big hook out of the lip, free falling into oblivion. Absolutely gets lit up by that closeout section.
Oh, I love Italo, and that's the kind of surfing we expect from him. Just no holds barred. He'll go at any lip and attack it. Bells. So we know he can do it.
Here goes Yago. He's found a frothy little inside one, a small to medium-sized wave, looking nice and quick on his feet. And he's locked in a 0.23 and a 0.87 for his first 2 waves, so that'll be his first meaningful score.
There, go. And spend some time. Let's take a look at this smaller wave here from Yago Dora. Again, just trying to loosen up. He's had 2 short waves, the 0.23, the 0.87, so he wants to get on the scoreboard. He saw his competitor just putting up small scores as well. So this one, probably going to be in the poor range, really. I mean, it's probably going to be only in the 3.5 to 4.0, just because, again, the size of the wave. Surfing was great, but again, it's just going to be suppressed a bit because of the size of the wave. He made sure he spent some time there, and spent a lot of time there.
Italo Ferreira has spent some time in Brazil, being one of the locals here, of course, and that's just a quick in and out there.
So as a rookie,
number 1,
I would suggest that maneuver done. There is a definite change as we've seen these conditions, the wind kind of clocking around a little more onshore. As we watch this last move here from Yago, and would have loved to see him pull that one off. Again, we're at that high tide mark.
Brazilians on their coyote belly in 2016. Here we go. This is a big floating section over here for Italo Ferreira, and he's locking in his second turn on this. He's got some open face out of this corner, but nothing else extra will eventuate on that way for Italo.
You start to build some points, and that's what he's doing here. Again, the float, carrying a ton of speed around this section, making sure that he's not going to make any mistake.
And 11 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. We're going to have a look at this one here. Goes Italo Ferreira. He's winding up for something. Goes for the big floater and just catches that toe side edge as he tries to complete that maneuver.
I don't know. I think that is this is something a little different than we've seen. He's usually very sure-footed, especially on maneuvers like that.
But he might have taken to the air on that last wave, opted for that big floating maneuver instead. Now Yago Dora going to try and capitalize. Square bottom turn to top turn combination, free falling out of that lip. Floats over that whitewater section. A lot of turbulence there. It won't allow him to come around for a third. But that again, he's looking to drop that 1.93, Pete, and he should do it on that wave.
So take a look here. This is that first hooking snap, which is beautiful, getting the water off the rail, and then climbs this section up and over, unweights. Beautiful stuff there from Yago. 2 turns, and most likely going to be the best wave of the heat so far because of that hooking snap. Again, good variety on these 2 maneuvers. He did what the sections were kind of asking for.
Looks like he had a little shake of the head there, maybe just hoping for something a bit bigger on that second maneuver, that closing maneuver that would put him up potentially into that average to good kind of range. Both surfers close together. Now Italo Ferreira pulls the trigger with priority. He needs to get his heat underway. Nice snap off the top, a big wonky section ahead of him, and he powers over that section and lands it, so he's happy with that. Maybe a similar kind of wave to the last one of Dora.
The rotation was there, just couldn't keep that board under his feet. So here's that last wave here. This needs to be a 5.5. Much stronger maneuver from Yago on that first maneuver, I felt, from his wave. But the combination of major moves where he was able to kind of fit those 2 in, he actually had a little shift in the bottom turn. It wasn't just a straight top to bottom kind of wave. We'll see where they go with this one. He was going back to back with his maneuvers, straight to the bottom, straight back into the next maneuver. I think that kind of plays into the criteria.
Nicely broken down there by Peter Mel. Here goes Yago Dora. He's winding up for something over here. Goes for the big rotation.
Almost. I mean, there's an expectation, I think, when you pull Italo in your heat and you're Yago, you would say, you know what, this could be an air duel fest. And so you kind of go out there thinking, I got to do airs to win this heat.
Score is around 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. The young rookie is certainly pushing the world number one right now, but here goes Ferreira out on the wider bank. Big free fall floater over that roof line. Big snap back into the pocket. This is better from Italo Ferreira. Yago Dora, let's break this one down, Pete.
And again, this one looked like it had that scoring potential. The big float keeps his speed up. The carve, so we're seeing some variety here, and then the fall, which is so unfortunate. He pulls that off. He gets himself another good number.
Over corrects and extends on that last one. Dora behind cannot capitalize on that mistake from Ferreira. 5 minutes remaining.
Well, and we've seen Ferreira now fall 3 times now on waves that were had plenty of scoring potential. Well, let's see what happens here as he picks up this wave again. A little bit more chunk on the face, so going above the lip, gets the reverse. He likes it.
He did like that.
A little selling going on all over the place.
Tail got pretty high, yeah, Pete?
You know, hey, it's innovation. He got the tail up above it. The pop was there.
And it looks like, well, this is Dora up in the corner trying to extend the requirement out. He's just making his way across this really wobbly, bumpy section. Ferreira, he's gone on the left. We haven't seen the left the whole day long. And the heat is over. We'll have to get a bit of a replay and see what happened to that. But looking, judging by the expression on Dora's face, it wasn't going to be enough from Italo Ferreira.
Was there enough to be done? Look at, he thinks he's got it.
He thinks he's got it for sure. Last call comes in there for Italo Ferreira. It's a 2.47. It's not enough. Yago Dora, one of the biggest upsets of the day here, taking out the world #1 Jeep Yellow Ratings jersey holder, Italo Ferreira.
Oh, you know what that means? Is that Julian Wilson will be sole possession so far in real time.
In real
We've still
time,
got a lot of
as we
event
speak.
to go.